Alright guys, hello everyone. Today, in the first part of the video, we'll talk about altcoins. Can't live without them, right? They're all I can think about. In the second part, we'll look at digital gold. As always, this video will be interesting, positive and useful. Give me a big fat, huge thumbs up right now in advance. So we're going to get started. They say good things come to those who wait, but we've been waiting for growth for about 5 years now. So the year started and rockets started flying, but unfortunately not crypto ones. If humanity keeps acting like this, we won't even need crypto anymore. But crypto people are positive by nature. You know, you can't survive in the crypto market without positive thinking and affirmations. So, of course, today we'll analyze the coins that you can add to your portfolio. Ready? Let's go. All right, the first coin that people are actively buying right now is Apex. I briefly mentioned it in my last video, and the price is even more attractive now after the drop in February. So Apex is at 20 cents plus. In my opinion, this is the price where you should be filling your bags if you can afford it, because I really love Apex and honestly the feeling is mutual. Apex has already given us great returns twice. The first time we saw over 15 times profit at the peak, and the second time it was over 10 times profit. And by the way, the second time wasn't that long ago. In the summer, there was a bit of a news silence around Apex, and the admins started hinting at a new DEX. Basically, Bybit just started distancing itself from Apex. The thing is, they were waiting for the funds to get their unlocks. Thinking Apex was abandoned, well, you know, people would sell for pennies. Then we saw that manipulation, that long-awaited growth in the fall, and we made a huge profit. Honestly, I'm hoping for a repeat of that scenario. So I've started actively building my position again, expecting it to reach $2 or more. Because remember, Apex is the DEX from the Bybit exchange. And if you look at competitors like Astar or Hyperliquid, Apex still has a lot of room to grow in terms of market cap, which means we have another chance to try and make some money here. The second coin, which I'm honestly tired of averaging down on, is Aptos. We've already made a few times profit on it before, but this time I couldn't even imagine the price dropping below $1. To be exact, the bottom was around 80 cents. After that, I even checked the Aptos chat to see what the happy investors were saying. Overall, the rule is this: you can't ask about the price. We don't discuss the cost, but you can tell right away that people are very, very unhappy because they're banning violators. And in general, let's just say there's a very clear sense of dissatisfaction in the air. So the admins did a great job and made some fundamental decisions that we'll talk about today. So they plan to cut staking rewards in half and increase fees tenfold. All fees are being burned. Next, they're developing the Decibel exchange, which will increase the number of transactions and consequently the amount of Aptos burned. They'll set a hard supply cap and freeze 210 million of their own tokens. And they're also planning some kind of buyback system. Basically, they're killing it. In the past, news like this could have sent the coin to the moon, but in today's market reality, it just stopped the drop. Personally, of course, I still have faith, hope, and love for Aptos, so I'm continuing to buy more of this coin, aiming for at least $10 per little Aptos. Anyway, come on, don't let me down. The next two coins are from the layer 2 sector that all crypto fans love. Oops, I mean the L2 sector. Linea and Optimism. With Linea, our love is unrequited for now. I personally bought at the highs and now the chart just looks something like this. So I'm not losing hope and I'm continuing to dollar cost average this coin. It's backed by major funds and MetaMask itself. The market cap is very reasonable, and just recently, news broke that MetaMask is starting to issue its own crypto cards, which you can apparently already order in the US. And naturally, all of this will run on the Linea blockchain, thereby popularizing it and driving transactions. Anyway, let's hope that somehow MetaMask and the Linea admins find a way to promote their blockchain and this coin. The next L2 solution that I decided to buy is called Optimism. Well, the name says it all. You can't survive in today's market without some optimism, right? So just recently, there was a drop of about 20 or even 30% in a single day on the news that Base, which is the L2 solution from Coinbase, decided to move from the Optimism stack to their own architecture. And so, as I understand it, investors got upset and started panic selling Optimism. But then, suddenly, Vladislav Stashenko starts catching these coins, hoping this is the bottom. Only time will tell if that's true, but considering that Optimism used to be worth several dollars, I still have hope that there's a chance for some big gains here. To summarize, so friends, on February 6th, another historic event took place in the world of cryptocurrencies. As they say, crypto is breaking all records, just in the opposite direction of an alt season. So the fear and greed index reached a record 5 points out of 100. You know, it's not just record fear, it's fear multiplied by eternity. And yet, looking at everything that's happening right now, I still have hope that we've already hit the bottom. There's nowhere left to go, you know. If before new projects were launching, funds were investing, things were happening, big gains, now it's just nothing's happening. Everyone's frozen in anticipation, and it's not just survivors left, but the survivors of the survivors. So I still have hope that the resolution is near and soon the market will please us with big gains, as they say, to the moon. Personally, I'm fully in the market, and whenever possible, I keep buying more of the coins I talk about in the videos. Anyway, I wish each of you patience to wait for that long-awaited super profit. Moving on to the next part, specifically to our favorite digital gold, which, contrary to many expectations, could become a kind of safe haven, or as crypto heads say, a safe haven asset in these difficult times for the market and the world in general. Let me remind you, at the head of the world's leading economy is, how to put it politely, the most unpredictable president, probably, maybe in history, well, at least in our century. This very crypto head, in quotes, who's already managed to launch a couple of his own meme coins, has finally remembered crypto again and started saying we need to move in this direction. As they say, war is war, but crypto is on schedule. They've started talking about the Genius Act again. And let me remind you, what's the best marketing for it? Well, an alt season, of course. And until some positive movement happens, I don't think the Genius Act will gain momentum. So, as they say, Donald, all the conditions for altcoin growth are ready. It's time to start. And returning to Bitcoin, you see all the alts are in our heads. There's another positive expectation in the market that could have a positive impact on the price of Bitcoin and the market as a whole. That is, of course, the change of the head of the Fed. On May 15th, Jerome Powell is supposed to step down, and some pro-Trump person will come in who will likely start aggressively lowering the interest rate. And often, historically, such events are associated with some growth in the markets. Anyway, we'll believe, hope, and wait. So, guys, give me some feedback in the comments. How did you like this video? And was it useful to you? What do you think about the mythical alt season? Will it happen in our space or not? I'm interested to read your opinion. If you liked the video, if it was useful, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the bell. There are useful links to my Telegram channels in the description. You definitely need to be there. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you. Hugs. Take care. Bye.